Oh, good morning, everybody. You're not going to say hi to everybody? Okay, apparently he doesn't want to talk today. Welcome to Friday what is it, the 21st? Yeah. I need a new calendar. I don't have my calendar anymore. How am I supposed to know what day it is without my calendar? It's a brisk 12 degrees, a little foggy. Sun's trying to break through. That's a cool picture, huh? Anywho's, been a long time since we talked. If you actually know me, you know it was a pretty craptacular December. Nothing with the farm, just personal stuff away from the farm. It was just a crappy month. But as far as the farm goes, guys, you really haven't missed a whole lot. We're in our winter routine of buy cattle, process cattle, ship cattle, feed cattle, and hide in the shop working on equipment. Now, we have quite a few projects getting rolling. That's why I thought I'd bring you along today. Try and sneak you in there, maybe at lunch or something when everybody leaves. Because once again, those guys don't want to be on camera, and I don't want to piss them off. But right now, I'm going to go get the bunk blower, clean out some feed bunks. Yeah, go from there. Whoa, calm down. Quit shaking. What's really fun on a day like this, when it's this cold, is getting a tractor that hasn't been drove in about 2 weeks. It's a bit of a wild ride while the tires get round again, because that flat spot on the bottom will harden, and then it takes them warming up and moving for them to start rolling instead of bouncing. But yeah, if you guys have never seen the bunk blower before, one, where you been? All it is, PTO driven giant fan, and then that tube can direct it right down the bunk. So what we're doing today is, about every 2 weeks or so, you have to just blow out the bunks because you get a buildup of some silage that they don't want to eat and some stalks and stuff from the hay. So we just come right along, blow that out. So that way they got a nice clean bunk so we can actually keep better records of how much they're eating. This is our one-handed. But yeah, that's all it is. I mean, just a giant fan, leaves you a nice clean bunk at the end. And we make it difficult on ourselves with the salt blocks that are in the bunk. You gotta stop and lift up and over them, otherwise they'll just take off rolling and roll right out the other end. Well, let the game of musical chairs begin. So, Glenn, I got done with 3 of our lots with the bunk blower. Glenn's gonna run to the 4th one that's a little ways away. I hopped in what's usually Hector's feed truck because he's gone today. Everybody's gone today. This is turning into a pretty useless Friday at the rate we're going. We did have 10 full-time employees. We have 9 now. One guy decided that farm life just wasn't his thing. You know what? I can't blame him. It's weird hours, to say the least. The summers get long, winters are short, you know what that deal? Either way, it's not for everybody. No big deal. So we're down to 9 full-time employees. Bart is gone for the week on vacation. Maddie just left yesterday for a vacation. Hector is at home. His parents are here visiting, so he's spending the weekend with them. Cameron's sick. I'm missing anybody else. So all that's left is me, Glenn, Aaron, Dad. But you really can't even count the Big Chief as an employee because he feeds cattle and then he goes out for the rest of the day. And then Uncle Kenny's here. He's running the loader today, so yeah, we're hopping around trying to figure out how to cover everything because it's one of those deals everyone has kind of their routine. This is my job to do in the morning. This is my job to do in the morning. And today is just all out of whack. Speaking of which, who's feeding the horses? Maddie never talked to me about feeding them. Better make a phone call. I'd say they're hungry. You get a cold day like this after a warm day. It was like 40 degrees yesterday. They will eat quite a bit more. Get a little more energy. There's my scale, so I know how much I'm putting in. Good stuff. Alright, cattle are fed. Now it's time to get to town. Daughter's got a basketball game this morning. 3rd and 4th grade basketball. It's like herding cats. Go see how this goes. Okay guys, it's after lunch now. Pretty sure, yeah, I know we lost the game. It's like 3rd and 4th grade, so they don't keep score. But I think they made 5 or 6 baskets and we made, I don't know, 3 or 4 or something like that. So yeah, girls had fun. That's all that really matters at that age. Then after that, I spent like half an hour at Napa. I was doing a service on this pickup and trying to change the cab filter on Tuesday. I've had this all tore apart since Tuesday. They sent me with a filter, and I knew when I opened it wasn't going to work, but I tried anyways. Didn't work, so I wrote down the number off the old filter I pulled out of there. Went in there. Their computer shows they had one. They searched for like half an hour, couldn't find it. I said, well, town 30 miles away has it. We'll have them send it down and it'll be here tomorrow. So I go in and see if it's there. They call the dealership and he goes, yeah, hell, our computer shows we have one, but we couldn't find the dang thing. So now, when I left, they were calling Chevy because they get deliveries from Chevy on Mondays, so he's gonna see if he can get one coming then. So we'll see. I don't know. I've had my glove box all tore apart now for 4 days. No big deal. Hopefully we can get that figured out. But you know, it's like everything. You just say, you know, filters are they're getting hard to get right now. And it's like a lot of things, you know, our supply chain is jacked up. If no one's here in the shop, I'll take you inside and you'll see some other reasons why supply chain is jacked up. Well, as you can see, got a really full shop here. Delightful. Let's start with the 9800, because yes, this is still the 9800. We haven't even started on the 87. Got one last thing on it. I was having trouble this fall with my harvest lab suddenly losing power. I'd jump out, disconnect it, connect it back. It'd work for an hour. Do it again. It was just frustrating, and where we're getting to where we're using the moisture off of that more and more, we've got to get that figured out. Talking to the dealership, sounds like the problem more than likely is in this plug, because we've had trouble with this plug before. So this plug locks right over this ring to hold it in place. That's a lot of wires. You cannot order that plug from John Deere. You have to order the entire harness. So according to John Deere, to fix this, you gotta rewire the entire spout. And then the harness goes through here, down behind the cab, and I'm pretty sure into one of the ECUs or ECMs right here. That's not an option. That's several $1,000s to do that. But we did find on Amazon that exact plug. Ordered it December 15th. Hopefully we'll be here the 1st of February. Again, supply chain problems. It's not the first thing we've ordered. And they said, 4 to 6 weeks. Get that fixed. This machine is 100% ready to go for spring work, because we even got the spout changed over already. Changed the engine oil. This thing is good to go. Which it'll be nice to get this one out and get the 87 in, because it's looking more and more like we're going to keep it because of the drought. We're not going to upgrade it. Hard to pay for a chopper when you're cutting junk. So, yeah, that'll be nice. But then the bad part, we haven't even blown off the 8700 for the end of the year. So we're planning on Monday, when the weather's nice, blowing that off. Where to next? Let's go to the little T8. Look at that shiny bumper. So this truck is an old FedEx truck. Bought it off a neighbor. had fiberglass bumper on it. The wings broke off instantly. We never took the time to develop a pull bar for it. I don't know. I think we were just in a hurry, and then it's one of those things we never thought of. I was like, guys, we got to get a bumper on there and then build our pull bar. Yeah, that one's buried, so I won't even bother. But so now we'll the tow hooks, which this thing's a 2005, according to Kenworth. All 2005s, the tow hooks are at the bottom of the frame, down here. We told them no, they're on the top. That one's a 2005, the exact same way. And we spent a day arguing with the Kenworth guy because he's punching away on his computer and says, no, computer says it's this way. Well, we proved him wrong. But because we can't get a bumper, and I mean, this one already took a week to get here. I hate to send it back, and then hopefully ordering a 2003 bumper would fit. We said, why don't we just take a saw, cut the hole, mount it up, and then build our bar. So that's what we did. So now the tow hook is in the frame back in there, so it'll go through there, and then there will be a bar across here. So that way, when they rear end a chopper, when you're opening in silage, that steel bumper will hit on these rubber plates instead of crushing everything. Because I have seen that where things have went wrong and bumpers from choppers have went through the grill into the radiator. Makes for a bad day. So that's still coming on this, but we have put so much time into this truck. You can see the air to air there. We try to every year pull all the radiator and everything apart, really wash it out. Look at all that dirt sticking out of there. Some of those things you don't always get to every year. Another project on this truck was a new exhaust system. It was completely rusted out. Probably could have done with a cheaper pipe that wasn't polished, but whatever. So that exhaust system is brand new from the turbo to the tip. We just reused the tip we had. Yes, it's really dirty, looks like crap, but guess what? It's a farm truck, and in silage, nothing stays shiny. Another big project on this one, we've got new fenders on order. Well, we think on order. For some reason, the first ones we ordered, they sent straights, which from my understanding, looking at the website, are supposed to go from here, bolt onto this one, and just go straight over to the next axle and stay up in the air back here. Not sure what the purpose of that is, but we're trying to figure out. I think we got new ones coming. I don't know. We're still trying to figure it all out. We've got another truck we ordered the exact same fenders for, only I ordered them through a website, 4 States Trucks out of Missouri. Fenders ship 4 to 6 weeks, so hopefully the end of February they're here. I mean, we did a lot of other little stuff on there I'm not going to get into, but so that's the first truck to really get gone through this winter. Truck number 2 to get the good once over this winter is old baby Blue. As you can see, there's no radiator. It's right there. So this guy had a bad leak. I mean, you can kind of tell by how nasty it is down here. So we got a gasket kit on order. Hopefully that'll be here Monday. Hopefully. The air to air for it's laying right there. So that stuff will get a really good rinse since we had to take it all the way out. As far as other major problems with this truck, we don't know of any because it doesn't get used a whole lot. So hopefully this is a real quick turnaround for this truck so we can start on another one. Because all in all, we've got 6 trucks we need to go through. And here it is getting to be late January and we're still on number 1 and 2. Same thing with choppers. I mean, we're still on the first chopper. Haven't even touched the second one or any of the headers. But yeah, I believe that is really the only thing we're messing with on this truck is the radiator. And then the last pocket we have in here is kind of for smaller projects that we can hopefully kind of turn in and out, you know, stuff that takes a day or so. So we're not filling up a big chunk of the shop with or filling up the entire shop with big projects when you have stuff that pops up all the time. Not sure what all, they just started on this morning. I told Glenn whenever he took it over, I go, the heater is not working in there. We might ought to try and figure that out. So they were getting started on that. Looks like they put the shield back over to protect the belts and everything. They were debating on building a new one, and I don't know if they just gave up and said screw it and put that one back on. But we were talking about getting rid of that giant thing and just building a small one over it. But yeah, that kind of catches you guys up on the shopping. What we've got going on in here. Other guys should be here any minute now and see what fun-filled project we're going to work on this afternoon. Well, I'm just out checking cattle. Don't worry, it's a whole lot brighter than the camera makes it look. Camera, you'd think it was the middle of the night. There's a little bit of light still out there. I can see across the pen pretty nice. But yeah, killed the rest of the afternoon working on projects there in the shop. Nice way to end the week. Heading to the weekend. It's supposed to be a little warm. All good things. Talk to you later, guys.